Dear student friends, good evening all of you. I am Dr. Ganesan, Head Department of Economics, Ayanadar Janemal College, Savagasi. So in the previous video lecture, we have discussed about the methods of studying correlation. Under methods of studying correlation, we have discussed about three methods. One is scatter diagram method, and the second method is graphic method, and the third method was given by Carl Pearson. So in the previous lecture, we have not discussed about the calculation part or the sum part. We have discussed only the formulas which are given by Carl Pearson for different methods. We have discussed about three methods: direct method, actual mean method, and assumed mean method. For these three methods, what is the formula we can apply to calculate the value of R? That only we have discussed in the previous video lecture. Now in this video lecture, we are going to discuss about how to calculate Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation with the help of direct method. Okay. So now, before doing sum, first you can understand what are the steps involved in the calculation of Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation with the help of direct method. So if we want to study the relationship between variable, minimum we need two variables, right? In the sum, they will give two variables, one is x variable and another one is y variable. So first what you have to do means you have to enter all the x values and take the total of all the x values, and it should be denoted by sigma x. And then you enter all the y values, and you can take the total of all the y values, and it should be denoted by sigma y. So this is the first step. First we enter x values and y values, take the total of x, it should be denoted by sigma x, take the total of y and it should be denoted by sigma y. Then after that what we have to do means you can multiply the pair of x values and it should be denoted by xy. Under direct method, here you take x and y in capital letter. So first you take the first value of x and first value of y, you can multiply these two values and that value should be entered on the column xy. In this manner, how many pair of values are given, you can multiply and enter the value in the column xy. Then after that, you can add all the xy values or the values in the column xy, you can add it and it should be denoted by sigma xy. Are you clear? You take the product of x and y values and it should be entered in the column xy, and then you take the total of all the xy values and it should be denoted by sigma xy. Then what we have to do means we can square the x values. What are the values which are given in the column x? It should be squared and it should be entered in column x square. You can create as column x square and in that column you can write the values which you have get the square value of x. After calculating the x square values, you add all the x square values and it should be denoted by sigma x square. Then in the same manner, what we have to do means we have to calculate the square of y values and it should be entered in the column y square. Then after calculating y square value, you can take the sum of the y square values and it should be denoted by sigma y square. So here we have to calculate 5 values. One is sigma x value, another one is sigma y value, then sigma xy value, then sigma x square value, then sigma y square value, and one more value we have to calculate, that is n value. Here n is nothing but how many variables are given in x and y. Normally the pair of values are given, so you can count how many values are given. Suppose if 5 values are given in x and y, the n equal to 5. If 10 values are given, the n equal to 10. So all these 6 values you have to estimate. After estimating all these 6 values, now we have to substitute the values in the formula and extract R value, or that is the Carl-Pearson coefficient of correlation value. Are you clear? What are the values we have to calculate? We have to calculate sigma x, we have to calculate sigma y, we have to calculate sigma xy, we have to calculate sigma x square, and we have to calculate sigma y square. Then we find out the value of n. After that, we substitute all these values in the formula and you extract the value of R. Now we will calculate the value of R with the help of an example. Here the sum is given. Calculate Carl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation from the following data and interpret its value. So here price and supply is given. Price is taken as X variable and supply is taken as Y variable. Normally you can understand the price and supply are positively related. Definitely the R value should be in positive. So here in price you are having the values 10, 12, 14, 15 and 19. And in supply you are having the values 40, 41, 48, 60, 50. So now first you can make 5 columns. The first column you take price, it should be denoted by X. And the second column you denote supply and it should be taken as Y. Then the third column XY, that means the product of price and supply value. Then the fourth column X square and the fifth column Y square. So the X values are, that is the price are 10, 12, 14, 15, 19 and the supply values are 40, 41, 48, 60 and 50. Now what we have to do means we have to take the product of X and Y. What is the first value of X? It is 10. And what is the corresponding first value of Y? It's 40. You can take the product of 10 and 40, that is equal to 400. Then you take the product of 12 and 41, that is equal to 492. Then you can multiply 14 with 48, that is equal to 672. Then you can multiply 15 and 60, that is equal to 900. Then you take the product of 19 and 50, that is equal to 950. So the XY values are 400, 492, 672, 900, 950. Now you can take the total of all these values, that should be denoted by sigma xy, and here the total is equal to 3414. Okay. Now we have to take the x square value. So each and every x value you can take the square. 10 square 100, 12 square 144, 14 square 196, 15 square 225 and 19 square 361. So now you take the sum total of all the x square values and it should be denoted by sigma x square. Here the total is equal to 1026. So sigma x square equal to 1026. So in what way we have calculated the x square value? The same way we have to calculate the y square value. The first y value is 40. The square of 40 is 1600. Then 41 square, that is equal to 1681. Then 48 square, that is equal to 2304. And 60 square, that is equal to 3600. And 50 square, that is equal to 2500. So all the y square values are 1600, 1681, 2304, 3600 and 2500. Now you sum up all these values and it should be denoted by sigma y square, so that the total is equal to 11,685. So all the 5 values we have estimated. Sigma x is equal to 70 and sigma y equal to 239 and sigma xy equal to 3414 and sigma x square equal to 1026 and sigma y square equal to 11,685. And here n equal to 5, because here for x and y we are having 5 values, so n equal to 5. So all the 6 values we have calculated. So now what we have to do means we have to substitute the values in the formula. I had given the values here: n equal to 5, sigma x equal to 70, sigma y equal to 239, and sigma xy equal to 3414, and sigma x square equal to 1026, and sigma y square equal to 11685. Now the formula for direct method is R equal to n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y the whole divided by under root of n sigma x square minus sigma x the whole power 2 into under root of n sigma y square minus sigma y the whole power 2. So this is the formula given by Carl Pearson to estimate correlation with the help of direct method. So now we have to substitute the values. Already I have explained n equal to 5. Instead of n you substitute 5. Sigma xy equal to 3414. So 5 into 3414. Then you put minus symbol. Here sigma x equal to 70 and sigma y equal to 239. So here in between sigma x and sigma y we are having multiplication sign. So you put 70 into 239 the whole divided by under root of again n equal to 5. Sigma x square is equal to 1026. So 5 into 1026 minus sigma x equal to 70 the whole power 2 under root of again n equal to 5 multiplied with the sigma y square value that is equal to 11685, put minus sign, and sigma y equal to 239 that is whole power 2. So in the denominator, in the numerator you are having 5 into 3414 minus 70 into 239, and in the denominator under root you are having 5 into 1026 minus 70 the whole power 2 into 5 into 11685 minus 239 the whole power 2. Okay, after substituting the value, now we have to do the calculations. So 5 multiplied with 3414 is equal to 17,070. Put a minus sign, and within bracket we are having both the positive values. 70 into 239, you take the product of these two things, that is equal to 16,730 the whole divided by under root of 5 into 1026 that is equal to 5130 minus 70 square that is equal to 4900, and under root of 5 into 11,685 that is equal to 58,425, put minus sign. The square of 239 is equal to 57,121. Okay, so in the numerator we are having 17,070 minus 16,730, and in the denominator we are having under root 5,130 minus 4,900 into 58,425 minus 57,121. Now you take the difference between the numerator values. The difference is equal to 340. The whole divided by under root of 5,130 minus 4,900 that is equal to 230. You put multiplication sign, and the difference between 58,425 and 57,121 that is equal to 1,304. So now in the numerator we are having 340, and in the denominator we are having under root of product of 230 and 1,304. You take the product of 230 and 1,304, so that is equal to 2,99,920. So now in the denominator we are having 340, and in the denominator we are having under root 2,99,920. Now what we have to do means we have to remove root for 2,99,920. For removing root for 2,99,920, we are getting 547.65. So now in the numerator we are having 340 and the denominator we are having 547.65. So now you divide 340 by 547.65, you will get the value 0.62. This 0.62 is called Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation, that is R equal to 0.62. Here the value of R is positive 0.62. It explains there is moderate degree of positive correlation between price and supply of the commodity. It means price of the product and supply of the product are positively correlated. When the price of the product increases, then the supply of the product also increases and vice versa. Dear student friends, carefully watch the video lecture and you can understand how to calculate the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation with the help of direct method. I think it is very simple. You carefully listen, and if you have any doubts, you can make it in the comment box. And if you are not so far subscribing, kindly subscribe the Sugan Economics. Thank you friends.